Sarah, about what we discussed last night. Have you come to a decision?
You mean whether I want to move into your parents' place and live under the same roof as them?
Yes. I'd be happy if you could decide as soon as possible. You don't mind living with my parents, do you?
Do you really want me to? You meant everything that you said yesterday, right?
What do you mean by that?
You expect me to look after our children and also your parents at the same time, right?
Yes, that's what I'm asking. I'll be living in this house on my own once you and the kids move out, so it won't be easy for me either. I'll work twice as hard so that when we get to see each other again, we can spend a lot of quality time together.
So you're not even gonna ask me how I feel about this?
Well, you're a housewife and you don't have a job. I can't go take care of my parents because of work. You're the only one that I can ask. My parents would really appreciate it if you went and helped them.
I didn't know that you felt that way. It won't be easy living in a house that's not mine.
Why is that? All you do is cook and clean. Does it matter where you live?
Our son is in middle school and he's getting ready to take his high school entrance exams. It's not going to be easy for him to change schools now. And your parents live in the countryside. I don't think the level of education is the same there.
Is studying the most important thing in life? There's a lot you can learn by living in the countryside.
And you're telling me this now, when Aaron is getting ready for his exams? You're the one that wanted Aaron to go to a private high school. You said you weren't happy with the education that you got, and so you wanted better for your kids. Isn't that why we put them in cram school from when they were in elementary school? That's why we push our kids to do well in school, right? It's the same for Rhea. Why do you want to suddenly change the way we bring up our children?
I didn't mean it like that. I feel like you're always telling the kids to study more. It also feels like you're indirectly saying that I'm not good enough because I didn't go to a good university. But when I think about it, education isn't everything. I mean, I have a great job. I live a happy life.
Why are you telling me this now? Don't mess with the future of your children just because you had a change in heart. I also don't think that studying is the most important thing in life, but Rhea enjoys it. She studies without being told to do so. Aaron's also been studying really hard to get into the high school of his choice. You can't take that away from them.
Maybe they're only studying hard to please you. They may not enjoy studying as much as you think they do.
What do you mean by that?
They may feel the pressure to succeed from their overbearing mother.
How dare you say that to me? Do you know how selfish you're being right now? You're using work as an excuse not to take care of your parents. You're making me take on all the burden.
I'm being selfish here? I'm just thinking about what's best for my parents. If anything, you're the selfish one.
I'm selfish. I can't believe the words coming out of your mouth.
Well, you're the one that's saying that you don't want to move to the countryside. I think you're being selfish. You're making this about the kids, but it's not. You just don't want to take care of my parents.
I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying that it'll be really hard for the kids and I to live in the countryside where there's practically nothing but rice fields. They only have one high school in town. It's so different to our life here. And anyone can get into that school. Don't you think that Aaron would want to go to a school that is more challenging?
We still have a year before Aaron starts high school. I'm sure that he can get used to the idea of going to a school in the countryside if we give him some time.
We already spoke to Aaron and he tells me that he wants to stay here and go to the high school that he's been studying for. Can't Aaron live with you? I'll take Rhea with me.
I can't.
Why not?
I can't work and also take care of my son at the same time.
Aaron's grown up. He can take care of himself. What's the problem here?
You're the housewife. It's your responsibility to live with the kids. I bring in the money and you take care of the house. That's how it works.
I see. I get it now.
You understand now, right?
I understand now that you have no intention of trying to see things from my perspective.
Why do you have to say it like that? So, you agreed to move in with my parents, right? Think about my poor parents. My mom isn't well, but she still needs to take care of my dad on her own. It's too much for her.
I understand that things are very hard for your mother. It's not easy living with someone that has dementia.
That's right, you get it then. Have we come to a mutual decision?
How come you won't move with us?
Well, it's easier for me to commute to work from this house. But I'll make sure to send you all the money that you need. Isn't that good enough for you?
It's not just about the money, you know. For you, work is important, but for our kids, their life here is just as important. Why is it so easy for you to ask the kids to give up their dreams while you're so hesitant to change your life for your family?
Of course I think about my children's happiness too. But I need you to take care of my parents. That's what's important right now.
Why can't your brother's family help out? They live closer to your parents than we do. And your sister's only a 30-minute drive from your parents' place. I'm sure that she can help too. We live the furthest. We need to take a train and an airplane to get to your parents' place. Why were we chosen to live with your parents? It just doesn't make any sense to me.
It's because everybody besides you has a job. You have the most time on your hands.
Why does everyone seem to think that a housewife does nothing all day long? Raising 2 kids on my own isn't an easy thing to do.
How many times do I have to tell you this? I'm busy with work. I don't have time to look after the kids. I don't know how to raise children, and Ria is still in elementary school. She's young, so she needs a mother by her side. Could you please start getting ready to move in with my parents? This conversation is going nowhere.
So you're not even going to try and understand how I feel about this. Seems like I'm the only one that actually cares about our kids.
Well, you aren't thinking about my parents. So, doesn't that make you selfish?
Your parents are important, but what about us? We're your family too. I'm really turned off by you right now. But I'm tired of arguing, so...
So you agree to move then?
Well, I have no choice, it seems. I'll start packing.
This is for the best.
There's one thing that I want to ask you. Is there a reason why you're so keen on living by yourself?
There's no reason, just work. Of course I want to move with you, but my parents' place is too far from my workplace. I can't just move, I have a job. I can't quit my job because I have responsibilities. I'm the breadwinner of this family.
I see. So there's no other reason then. You're not trying to get rid of us?
Of course not!
I just don't understand why it would be a problem for you to have Aaron live with you. Aaron can take care of himself so he wouldn't be a burden to you.
I just feel that the children will be happier with you. I have no experience taking care of them.
How do you plan on living by yourself if you can't take care of your own children?
Well, I'm an adult, so I can take care of myself. That won't be a problem. I don't have to worry about cooking if it's just me.
Aaron's not a picky eater. Can't he just eat the same thing as you?
He's still a child, and I'm not that confident that I'll be able to feed him anything healthy.
I can see that you really want all 3 of us to move out. It's clear to me now.
I never said that I wanted you guys to move out. It's for my parents. It's good to have their grandchildren around. Don't make me look like the bad guy here.
I guess this is working out really well for you.
What do you mean by that?
You're using your parents as an excuse to kick us out of the house. You get to spend your time how you want and you don't even need to take care of your parents. But you get to feel good about what you're doing because you're sending me to take care of them instead. As long as you can send me money to live off, you can do whatever you want with the remaining money.
Oh, can you stop being so negative about everything? We've come to a decision, haven't we?
We have. I'm ready to go. I've finished packing. Please send me the child support payments in one lump sum this week. I'll ask you to send me anything else that I need later on. I'm leaving the house now.
Aren't the kids still at school? Aren't you gonna wait until I come home tonight? Also, what about all the relocation procedures?
Actually, I'm not taking the kids out of their schools, so there's no need for me to do anything about that.
What do you mean? You're leaving the kids with me?
I'm taking them with me. We're moving out and going to my parents' place.
Huh? What's going on here?
I'm sick and tired of being married to a selfish man like you. I'm leaving you. You should think more about your family and parents and not always about what works best for you. Goodbye. Sarah's parents lived about 30 minutes away from where Sarah and Ryan lived, so it was easy for her to move out and take the kids with her to their grandparents' place. Ryan didn't seem too concerned that his wife had left him, but when Sarah's father heard about what had happened between the two of them, he visited Ryan without telling Sarah. When he arrived at Ryan's place, he saw that Ryan was living with his lover. In the end, Sarah divorced Ryan and they are talking with their lawyers about the amount of alimony that should be paid to Sarah. It seems that Ryan didn't care about his parents or his family after all.
Liz, because of what's going on, I'm gonna have to be blunt here. I'm not sticking around with an old grandma anymore.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm saying that I'd rather be with a young woman any day, as opposed to with you. I had been trying my best to stick around with you for a while now, but as I knew what would happen, I've reached my limit. So can we get a divorce?
What are you saying, Randy? Huh? Are you being serious right now?
I mean, Liz, you're already 39 years old, right? You and I are 9 whole years apart in age. Back when I had married you was a time in which I was excited to be with an older woman, and so were a lot of other men. But now I wonder why the hell I ever got married to you in the first place. Even your skin feels a lot worse than that of a young gal's. And so with that, let's get divorced.
Have you hit your head on something? You know all that I've done for you up until now, right? And do you know why I'm in the hospital right now?
I know why.
I'm here to give birth to our baby. Yet during this very important and stressful time of our life, you're going on about wanting a divorce?
A 39-year-old giving birth to a baby is really the most disappointing thing I've ever heard of.
What?
And that's why I'm asking for a divorce. I'm telling you right now that I have another woman that I love. And she's a young gal whose skin is as soft as cotton candy. So that little brat that you're gonna give birth to isn't gonna get any love from me.
Wait, Randy, can you not see how much of a jerk you're being right now? I've known for a bit now that you've been acting suspicious and probably had another lady, but I didn't think you'd drag all of that this far and into a relationship. What the hell are you talking about? I'm having a really hard time understanding what's going on with you. Is this all supposed to be a joke? Your timing is the worst for it. Why don't you go find somewhere to calm down a bit and rethink what you've just said to me?
Why don't I? Because while you've been in the hospital getting ready to give birth, I've moved out of the house.
Huh?
The apartment has been your place for the longest time now, even before I came. So it has nothing to do with me anymore. I moved all my things and myself out of there and left the divorce papers on the counter for you. Go ahead and fill the rest in for me and hand them in.
Are you kidding me? I just had your daughter, Randy. What the actual hell are you going on about? Calm down right now, please.
I'm calm right now, Liz. No matter how you try and get me to stay with you guys, I'm never gonna love that little brat of yours. That thing is none of my business. And I can't even believe that you thought about having a baby at your age in the first place.
You're being a monster right now. She's your daughter as well, right? And after all the effort I have put into carrying and birthing her, you're going to say awful things like that? I'm not going to forgive you for this.
I couldn't care less if you forgave me or not. I'm never going to be seeing you ever again after this, so have fun being upset with me.
You don't even plan to ever come to see your baby's girl's face? This has all got to be some sort of joke.
I told you plenty of times now that it's not a joke. This is all very real and not a dream. I don't have the confidence to love a baby that was birthed by some old grandma at the age of 39. I don't even want to know what the poor soul looks like after coming out of you, so hurry up and leave me when you get home.
Well, then I'm never letting you see the two of us ever again.
Thank God. Now I'm on my way to being a free man again. I'm gonna have a lot more fun in my second life. I was never going to stay with you once you turned 40, and having to raise that kid beside you would have been hell. Thank God you're okay with going away. Goodbye now, Grandma.
But can you promise one thing to me before you go?
What?
I'll agree with getting the divorce, but in return for that, you're never to come back to me or my daughter if you ever need any help.
I don't plan to ever see you guys again. There's no reason for me to in the first place, so I promise to never come around you two again. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Well, if you're going to promise me that, then we can get a divorce. And of course I'm going to be getting full custody of my daughter.
You can have it. I don't even want to think of that brat as being mine.
Alright then. You may be one of the worst men on the planet, but thank you for giving me my beautiful daughter. Now please never show your face around us again.
I never will. But that also means you and that brat can never come looking for me either. Bye-bye, Grandma.
Goodbye forever, you pile of trash.
It's been a while, Liz. I'm going to the wedding right now.
Excuse me? But who is this?
You know who I am. I'm the father of today's wedding bride. I've been looking forward to this wedding for a long, long time. And so today, I'm going to meet with her.
Hold on for a moment. What are you talking about? Do you still think that you're her father? Even after a whole 20 years have gone by and you've said nothing to either one of us. What are you trying to do by texting me all of a sudden?
I wanted to tell you that I'm going to that wedding. This is going to be a very emotional day for all of us when I finally get to see the daughter of mine that was taken from me.
Huh? I'm not quite sure how you even figured out where her wedding would be today, or that she was even getting married in the first place. But stop trying to be obnoxious by sending me all these texts.
Well, I'm the father of the bride, so I'm allowed to be at that wedding.
This is getting out of hand. Can you please open your eyes for a sec? Do not come over here. Did you forget about the promise you made to me 20 years ago that allowed me to divorce you? Hey, are you listening to me right now?
Why did that happen? Why was everyone being so crazy with me when I got in there? Is everyone at that wedding a freak? Tossing me out of my own daughter's wedding? I'm her friggin' father.
Is it time that you'll be willing to open your dang eyes finally? The way you came in looking like trash and causing all that embarrassment for my daughter. And another thing, you need to stop calling my daughter yours.
Why do I have to stop? She's my daughter too.
After not even being in the hospital room with me while I gave birth, you threw us out. And then you chased after a young woman and left us for a very long time. And after 20 years, you're all of a sudden back here trying to get into my daughter's wedding? I can't think of another reason as to why you're doing this besides that you really messed up with your head while you've been gone.
You can call me messed up all you want, but what else was I supposed to do today? That young gal lied to me and got me stuck with her and all of the debt she had. And so me being messed up right now is not my dang fault. I was lied to and played for a fool. I didn't plan on turning into a bum after I left you.
I don't care what happened with you and that girl because I don't care about you. You're a stranger to us all, and you said you'd never come back to us, right? You promised that. She has no clue who you are, and she even said that to your face today.
And that was screwed up big time. That is not something she should ever say to her parents. Have you not been raising her properly this whole time? Are you sure this is all because you're too old and can't handle kids?
What? What the hell are you trying to do right now after saying things like that about my daughter and I? You're blaming my way of raising her because she was so worried by some random men coming into her wedding and having him thrown out? I don't want to hear that crap out of your mouth ever again after you left us when she was only just born. If you want to know who's really at fault for today, I'd say your parents are because they obviously didn't raise you right. Well, at this point, I'm sure you already know, and so do your parents.
I want to know who that man is. And the father of the... What's that all about?
Huh? That's the man I got married to. Are you acting as though I needed to tell you anything about him, though? Do you still not see that you have no right being around us right now?
Why was that man that you married sitting in the seat that was labeled for the bride's father? That's my frickin' seat. If you start pissing me off any more than I already am, things are gonna get scary for you. Go tell those 2 idiot security guards that I'm okay and let me come sit there.
Why are you getting upset with me for no reason? Do you think that making threats like that will get me worked up?
What?
I'm really worried about what's gotten into you that's made you so screwed in the head. You're the one that threw us away years ago, right? And after 20 years of realizing how badly you messed up, you came on my daughter's biggest day looking like garbage to do what? Why the hell are you here, Randy? And why do you think you have any right to be here? Do you need something from us? Tell me right now.
You're the real piece of garbage for getting married again without telling me. I came back here to get my family back together.
Get your family back together? Huh? Do you think that my daughter and I are your family or something, Randy? We have a new family now, and you're not part of it. All you are is some stranger that we're starting to think might need to visit a psych ward. I don't want to hear anything about how upset you are that I got married again when you were the one that got divorced to me to run off with a young woman. I think you better zip that mouth of yours and keep it zipped.
Give me that seat back. She's my daughter.
Come on, Randy. It was nice of you to make me laugh a little, but your joke is getting old now. You have never even met my daughter before, so why do you keep thinking that she's your daughter after it's been 20 years? I think the only reason you've come out here for her is because you're broke. And so, this is all out of desperation now. That kind of thinking is only something a complete lunatic would have.
You don't have to take it that far. I am a bit worried about money right now, but I didn't come today for that reason.
Then, what's your reason for being here? Tell me right now.
I had heard that she was going to get married, and so I asked a friend about it that knows her, and she told me that the wedding would be taking place close by, so I thought it would be okay for me to come and see it. I was hoping for a very dramatic reunion after 20 years of never seeing any of you. I wanted us to all be crying out of happiness for being able to see one another again. But now that things have become so hectic, I have no idea what I'm doing here anymore. I had believed that we could all talk about each other's lives again.
Wait, why did you think that we'd all be open arms to you? There's no reason for us to be, right? There was no way this was going to turn into some sort of dramatic reunion. Have you even noticed the contradiction there is in your plan?
What?
You have never even met my daughter before.
And why does that mean anything? How would that contradict anything in my plans for today? I'm her father, and so she should be all happy and crying to see me.
You act like this would be a reunion with her, but this was her first time ever seeing you. Asking to have a dramatic reunion when you need to introduce yourself to her first? How come you thought this would actually play out so well for you?
Now that you say it back to me, I'm sure it would have been odd. But that's not all. She's my daughter, right?
I'm too tired to talk with you anymore about this. Did you think that being related to her by blood made you her father? I'm sorry, Randy, but my husband has been with my daughter since she was 3 years old and has helped me raise her since then. And so she calls my husband the father. And there's no changing that now. To her, it does not matter whether she's related to her by blood or not.
There's no way. That's a freaking lie.
You don't have to be able to believe it, but we all think that we're a family, and you can't do a thing about that. So, you can say what you want about us, but don't think it's going to bother us. We have nothing to do with you after all.
Even if she does see him as her father, she should still be a little curious about her real father, right? That's the whole reason I came here today to see her. Does me being here on her wedding day not make her really happy?
I think she does want to know more about her real father. It's normal for anyone to want to get to know their real parents if they never grew up knowing them. But I think after today, She no longer wants to get to know you.
Huh? Why?
You're asking me? Ha! Are you really that dense? You came into her wedding in some raggedy clothes and covered in what looks like soot. And you made a complete fool of yourself, embarrassing her on her wedding day. That right there might have just scarred her a little.
Scarred her? Why would that scar her any?
She's told me that she never wants you coming around her again now. Of course, she doesn't want you here anymore. And even after the wedding, she doesn't want you showing up. If you do come around her, or the rest of us again, we're calling the police and having you arrested. My husband knows a lot of the police officers in town, so he can make things happen quickly. So having you eradicated is all too easy for us.
Why would you do something like that to me? I only came here to see my daughter's wedding.
You just want the money that her husband has, right? And that's why we had you kicked out of there.
I don't know anything about her husband's money. Why would I know anything about that?
I can see that things are still not lining up in your reasoning. Well, it doesn't matter if you came here for his money or not, because he really has nothing to do with you. You're just the average bum to him is all. You ended up ruining your own life chasing after young girls. And that's why you came to this wedding today, hoping for some kind of money or something. Disgusting. You have nothing you can do to us now, so get lost.
I never thought you'd say such things to me. Does my daughter think the same thing of me?
You don't even know my daughter's name. So what do you think? I think after what you've seen today, you should finally understand, right? She doesn't want you around her anymore. You're just a ghost to her that hasn't been alive for the past 20 years. So you can stop trying to get involved with our lives. Now, goodbye.
Wait, please! Her husband has a lot of money then. Can you ask him just to give me a small amount? I just need enough to help myself get back on my own 2 feet again.
No, this was about money. Huh. You deserve to have no money, Randy, so I wouldn't want you getting spoiled by anyone. It was you, after all, that made your life the way it is now, right? So stop whining about not having money when you asked for it in the first place. Haha.
After that, Randy wasn't only thrown out of the wedding and never let back into it, but after throwing a huge fit in front of the wedding hall, the police came and gave him a citation for public disturbance. And after that, Liz and her family told the police that he'd been causing trouble for them all day, and now he's not allowed anywhere near them or else the police will arrest him, as Liz, her husband, and her daughter all put a restraining order on him. Once that had all played out, Randy was still left with a large amount of debt, and slowly began to fall victim to it. I think he's finally starting to regret everything he did in the end to Liz and her daughter. But to be honest, him regretting things now is way too late, and he should have been regretting what he's done a whole lot sooner when he may still have a chance with Liz.
Hey, Delta! I need to talk to you about something. I've had enough of you. You're just getting too old. I can't do this anymore. I don't think we can continue living together any longer. It's driving me crazy!
Huh? Tyson, are you kidding me with this? Why are you saying this all of a sudden? What have I done to make you say this? You know I'm getting really excited because it's the day before I'm due to have this baby. And where are you? You're supposed to be here with me helping take care of the preparations. Why aren't you coming back home? I could really use your help right now. You're my husband after all.
Because whenever I come home and see your huge belly, I get really depressed and start to miss my old life. That's why I don't want you come home right now. When I go to work, there's no problems for me to deal with or to think about. Just the work that's on my desk.
That's such a rude thing to say to the woman who's carrying your child in her stomach. There's no need to say such terrible things to me when I already feel self-conscious about myself. Don't you realize you're being really insensitive towards my feelings? I'm pregnant with your little girl. I can't help but be this large. They need all the room they can get.
I don't get it. How are you not embarrassed by that? You know, Being so round as a bowling ball?
I don't get what you're saying. What do I have to be embarrassed about? Pregnancy is a normal thing that some women go through if they wanted to have children. Why should I feel bad for that?
Well, you should be embarrassed. You know, it's crazy that you're pregnant at the age that you are now. I'd be so embarrassed being an old hag and pregnant at the same time.
Are you seriously saying this sort of crap to me right now? These are our children that you're insulting right now. It's not like I got pregnant all by myself. I had help from you as well. It's not only me who got myself pregnant.
But if you ask me, it's all young people having children. Giving birth at an old age seems like so much of a big deal.
Young people? What are you talking about? Is there something that you want to say to me? Even if you say something that I don't want to hear, it's too late to do anything about it. I'm already pregnant. Heavily pregnant, if you didn't notice. I've always wanted a child, and now I get my chance to be a mother. After trying to get pregnant for 5 years, I was able to finally get pregnant at 43 years old. Women that age can still have children. Look, I don't want you saying something rude and degrading just before I'm due to give birth.
Well, guess I got no choice but to throw you away like I should have ages ago.
What are you on about? Throw me away? What's that supposed to mean? I honestly don't understand what you meant before, but I'm sick of you bad-mouthing me. What you're saying is so cruel. I don't need this. I'm so tired too, so could you please stop this nonsense?
Look, I'm just gonna say it. I've got a new girlfriend, and she's 21, and so much better than an old hag like you.
Excuse me? What do you mean? Are you saying that you have a side piece? You've been cheating on me behind my back?
Yeah, of course. And I think she wants to marry me. But you're getting in my way of doing that. To be honest, you're a complete eyesore. It's hard to look at you all the time. I want to live in the house with my new girlfriend. So would you please leave so she can move in?
No, hold on just a minute. Is this some kind of sick joke? Are you pranking me right now? You're wanting to kick me out of my own house. You do realize that your own daughter is going to be born within the next few days? Do you hear what I'm saying?
I totally get what you're saying. I'm not dumb. I just have no interest in what happens to you or what you're carrying. There is no such thing as love between us, Delta. Just trying to be honest here.
Are you being serious with what you're saying right now? I can't believe what's going on. So you've got no interest in me or our child anymore?
No. So would you please get out of the house now and out of my life? I don't know how many times I've got to tell you what I want. I'm sure they'll admit you to the hospital, so at least you don't have to give birth on the streets. So, can't you just move on and let me live my life? It would make things so much easier for me and my girlfriend. I want to get divorced before the baby's born. Custody issues are just going to cause a lot of trouble for both of us.
Why are you jumping to these conclusions so quickly? I don't understand why you're treating me like this. This is the worst thing you've ever done to me. Don't you get that? I can't believe what you're saying to me. I'll never forgive you for this. You're not being serious, are you? Tell me that this is just a joke and that you're going to come back to me.
I'm being serious, Delta. For goodness sake, I've already made my decision about what I want. Stop trying to get me back. I don't get why you think it's still a joke at this point. I've been very clear with you. I'm telling you to get out of my life. I can't help what's happened to you. You need to deal with it on your own. You can stay at the house until you need to be admitted to the hospital. But by the time that happens, you need to pack your things so they can be moved out. I'll leave the divorce papers for you to sign, so that this is over and done with.
You're being so cruel to me, Tyson. How could you do this to a pregnant woman who's carrying your child? You're saying such terrible things even though we're having a child together. This is supposed to be a happy time and I thought you wanted a child as much as I did. I'm so disappointed in what you're doing to me and you should be disappointed in yourself.
Nope. You're the only one who's feeling disappointed. I think it's disgusting and impossible for an old woman to give birth to a child. Hurry up and get out of here, and just raise the child by yourself. You'll have no troubles anyway, if you wanted to be a mother.
You say these things so easily, like you're physically throwing me out the door. I can't believe what's happening. I thought you'd be there for me. How dare you kick me out of the house under these circumstances? I'm surprised at how low you've sunk. I was such a fool to believe in everything you said about me when we got together and decided to have children. On the other hand, maybe this will be a good thing for me, but who knows?
What are you even rambling about? You know I don't care, so I don't hear it. I want this over so that I can get married to my girlfriend quickly. I don't want to be with an old hag that has a huge belly that sticks out. I've got a young, cute girlfriend that I want to be with.
You're so mature calling me an old hag just like it means nothing. Don't you realize that you're an old man in his 40s?
I'm still younger than you, and have more energy and life in me.
Oh, so that's why you want to be with someone that's more than half your age, because you want your youth back? So do you really think that a 21-year-old girl is really in love with you? An old man?
You're just jealous. So of course you've got no understanding of the situation. After all, she's more than 20 years younger than you, right? She's more young and beautiful than you. If you'd given birth earlier in life, it wouldn't be strange to call her a child. Do you really think you can compete with her? We're in love with each other, and you're in the way. So you need to disappear.
Oh, is that how it is? I fully understand what you're saying now. I get your point. It seems like there's no point in talking about this anymore. I'm not going to get anywhere with this. It seems like your mind is completely occupied on this young, cute girl you have. And it seems like you've got no interest in the cute daughter that I'm about to give birth to.
Do you really think you can love that kid you're about to push out of you?
Huh? What are you talking about? How could I possibly hate a child?
It would be impossible to love a child that's been birthed by a 43-year-old hag. I intend on getting remarried to a younger and more beautiful woman. I can't believe she's only 21. And I want a divorce from you. It's as simple as that.
Don't you think you're going to regret what you've said and going to do to me?
What are you on about? I've got nothing that I want to take back. I'm not going to regret anything.
On the contrary, thank you for being so disgusting to me. I really appreciate it. To be honest, I think I can just blow off everything you've just said to me. I'll also get ready and go and have this baby all on my own. I'm strong enough to do it all on my own. I'll sign the divorce papers and you can come back here and pick them up. You can file them with the courts yourself.
Well, you've got no other choice but to do that. Okay, I'll get it sorted. I'd really appreciate it if you could divorce me properly so I can move on.
Also, there are some other documents that I have that I need you to sign, so I'll prepare all the paperwork so you can sign it and be on your way.
Wait, what? What documents are you wanting me to sign? You're not trying to divide up the property, are you? I have no intention on giving up the house. You're not wanting child support, are you? I don't want anything to do with the child, so I shouldn't have to pay you anything for it.
I've got no intention of taking your money, Tyson. I'm just asking you to return the money that I lent you. But this time it's not about that. I just wanted to get custody of the child so that we've got no worries.
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. It's definitely better to sort all this out now, so we're clear on everything we want. I don't want to pay anything to you or the child for the rest of my life.
Okay, I understand. I see what you want. I'll just prepare the documents that I spoke about before. I'll just go and do that now, so if you'll excuse me, I need to go and do that.
Delta, are you there? I just tried calling you, but you didn't pick up, so I thought I'd send a message instead. Are you busy right now? I really need to talk with you right now, so please call me back when you see these messages. Could you please answer your phone for once?
Why should I answer my phone, Tyson? I've got nothing to talk to you about. So what's the urgency?
Why are you being like this? Don't say things like that to me. Now, come on. Be a bit more reasonable. You can make time to talk to me. You always have.
I can't make time to talk to you anymore. I'm way too busy trying to look after the child I just gave birth to not so long ago. I've got a lot of things to do. I'd rather not make time to talk to you. You're a complete scumbag in my eyes now. What do you even want, Tyson?
Oh, so you did give birth? Was the birth okay? There were no complications, right? I guess a congratulations is in order.
I don't need your celebratory remarks, Tyson. I was happy to do it all by myself. The baby was born over a month ago.
Oh, really? You gave birth a month ago? Are you really going to be like this? This is going to make our conversation very difficult.
The day that you kicked me out of the house, my water broke. I had to rush myself to the hospital and I gave birth right then and there. So you're going to tell me what you want or not?
Okay, I'll tell you. Something terrible has happened. Delta, I really need you to come back to me. Would you please do that?
Are you for real, Tyson? This is a joke, right? Why should I even come anywhere near you after the way you've treated me?
I'm in big trouble here, and I could use your help. You're good at helping me with many things. I'd like to meet you in person, so we can have a discussion about what I want to tell you. So if you could, please meet up with me again, so we can fix our relationship.
Are you kidding me with this crap? Don't you remember how you threw me out and what you said to me? Are you insane? It's so disgusting that you're asking me to get together with you, especially in such a hurry. I'm not doing any such thing. Did you only just realize that you've got no money or savings at all?
Wait, what? How do you know that I wanted to talk about that?
I knew that you were going to mention your money situation. You're so predictable. I was the one who paid the mortgage and all the payments for the house. Even though you started living with your young and hot girlfriend, you didn't know how to pay for the expenses because I did it all. I guess you ran out of love to give, I guess.
How are the loans so expensive? How did you pay for them up until now? I don't get it.
What? How? With money, duh. Yes, I've been paying for all the bills because you have to when you own a house.
What? Really? You're the one who was paying for it? I thought that it was someone else's responsibility.
Oh my God, Tyson, did no one explain to you how bills work? I've been saying how I pay the bills for a while. Do you ever listen to what people say to you? Look, I don't have the time to deal with a scumbag's problems, all right? I'm so done with it.
But I need to know what to do. Why are you being so rude? What do I do about my salary?
Are you kidding me, Tyson? Don't be so stupid. I mean, you were always so stupid when it came to money and expenses.
But I really need some guidance, so I know what I can do about my situation. I'm starting to panic a little bit. Why is there no money in my bank account? Did you take my money, Delta? If you did, you're going to pay me every single dollar back.
Don't say something so stupid, please. You can find out what the money was used for by checking the details yourself.
Oh, right. I should be able to look at the account details, right?
Well, I guess I'll have to tell you how to check it then, too. Your own salary was used to pay off the debts that you owed me. I didn't think you had that much money to spend freely anyway.
Wait, what? That can't be right, can it? My salary has been paying off debts?
You liked using your credit card a lot each month so that you ended up in a lot of debt. So, of course, you lost a lot of your salary to help pay it back. And since you're paying on a revolving credit, you've had to save more and more money to pay it all back. Now all the money's gone by the end of the month. That's probably what has happened.
There's no way that happened. You're lying to me, aren't you?
So if you check your bank statements, you'll see that the debits were made from the credit card company, okay? How about you go and look for yourself?
But I really had no idea about any of this. I never thought about it before now.
How have you not? What the heck, Tyson? Are you serious? You're such a hopeless human being sometimes. You need to learn to budget. I don't understand why you didn't say anything to me about it before you kicked me out. It's so stupid that you didn't realize this until now. Even when I was on maternity leave, you couldn't help but play around behind my back. You didn't pay any attention to me and need my help now. I'm surprised you can act so selfishly. You need to learn how to grow up. And it's even worse now that you've got no money. You were so stupid to realize where you'd end up, but you kicked me out of the house anyway. Wow, what a joke.
Delta, I've made such a terrible mistake. I thought that I'd be able to do all of this without you. I'm really sorry for everything I've done. Please come back to the house so that we can fix this entire mess. We can start all over again and just forget what happened last month. I'll be here to support you and the baby. I would really like to meet our child.
Are you kidding me, Tyson? Why are you trying to twist everything to try and get me to come back after all the things you said? Why are you saying such disgusting things to me?
Huh? I'm confused. What disgusting things am I even saying?
We're already divorced, for goodness sake, Tyson. We're divorced, so why are you changing your mind about us? You made your decision, so you make the bed and lie in it.
No, I think I've really made a mistake with all of that. I'm reaching out to you so that we can try again. That's what I want to do. I've made up my mind. Please let me make this up to you, Delta. I'm really sorry. Please accept my apology and come back to me.
Of course. Because things have gone wrong for you. You've got no choice but to apologize to me. No matter how much you say you're sorry, nothing is going to change how I feel about you now.
Are you serious? But I said I was sorry. Why are you being like this? I've done nothing but say how bad I feel in this conversation.
Because I don't intend on having anything to do with you anymore. I've had enough of your crap, and the way you've treated me in the past has been disgraceful.
But what am I supposed to do without your help? Don't you realize how truly lost I am without you around? I'll be in a lot of trouble if I can't pay for the home loan. This is not good. What should I do? Are you seriously just going to abandon me with this burden?
Are you kidding me with this abandonment nonsense? You crack me up, Tyson. You're the one saying this even though you abandoned me and my daughter just before she was even born. I was heavily pregnant and you just threw me out like garbage. If you don't have any money for the home loan payments, then you should sell some of the things you own. Or sell the house.
I guess I can't turn around and say that anymore then. I really didn't think you'd be so angry about what I did to you. I'm so sorry. But could you please try to improve your mood so you can help me out?
My mood is not the problem here, Tyson. You're the one who's causing problems for me. Haven't you been listening to a single word I've been saying? Don't you get what happened to me? What you did to me? We are complete strangers to each other now, and I don't have any intention on getting involved with you ever again. I made you read the paperwork, and we both signed on the dotted line. So you need to give up trying to get me back, you piece of scum. Manage the things in your life on your own from now on.
But what should I do, though? What if I want to sell the house? How do I go about doing that? Where should I go after it's sold? What am I supposed to do if you aren't guiding me along the way?
You're a 42-year-old man, Tyson. Can't you think for yourself for once in your life? Aren't you embarrassed that you can't even do that? Without someone holding your big boy hand? Well, since nothing is more important than worrying about your problems, I'm sure you're more than likely probably going to run out of money again. I guess your girlfriend will be able to escape for her life quickly then.
Huh? What the heck? How did you know about my girlfriend running off? That makes sense. You must have been investigating what I was up to, so you could talk about getting back together with me, right?
Do you seriously think I've got time to do that?
Well, don't you? Since you're on maternity leave? That's why you're showing me that you care, right?
There's no way that I'd even want to show how much I care for you. You're absolutely delusional. You're just predicting things so that you can still hold on to hope about us.
Huh? What do you mean by that? Predictions?
It's easy to make predictions like that when you're desperate and needing all the help you can get. Why would a young girl want to hang around with a broke old man when the money dries up? You don't think she actually loves you, do you? She was just with you for your money as you were paying everything for her. That's the only reason why she's been hanging around for this long. I guess she thought if she got an older man that he would buy her anything and everything and give her all his money. I feel so bad for the girl who took a man that wasn't meeting her expectations.
Meeting her expectations? Are you kidding me? Don't you dare talk to me like that! It's just cruel! I was being serious before, but now I've calmed down a little bit. I regret that I put my hands over a young woman and didn't think about the consequences.
Well, your regrets are too little too late for me. I don't want to hear another one word of it from you. I'm so done with talking to you. We're finished.
Oh, come on, Delta. Let me fix what I broke. I can support you and the baby, and we'll be able to raise it as a family. We'll live together happily with our little bundle of joy.
Oh, shut up, Tyson! Your words aren't going to work on me! Stop being so gross. I don't want anything from you. You gave up your rights as a parent when you signed those documents in the restraining order. You can't come near me anymore or you'll be arrested.
But at that time, I didn't think something like this would happen. I thought I would be able to get on with my life with a younger woman. I'm really sorry, Delta. Please take me back. Can't you at least forgive me for what I've done?
You do remember that you owe me money, right?
Huh? What money? What are you talking about?
Please just pay me back and let me live my life with my baby. Once you do, I'll have the lawyer go around and collect it from you. Please refrain from contacting me directly, as I won't answer you with a single text or call.
Delta, please, I'm begging you, forgive me. What I did was so wrong. I know that now. We were really happy when we were together, right? We can be that way again. I know it. Let's fix this and be a family.
To be honest, it would be impossible to have a family with you.
How can you say such cruel things to me?
But you can call me an old hag and say other disgusting words to me? No way. Not anymore.
I didn't mean to call you that. I'm really sorry.
It's too late. You're definitely not going to get into heaven because of what you've done. Enjoy your new single life. Enjoy the poor life. In the end, Delta completely ignored Tyson for what he'd done. He ended up selling the house. He's in a lot of trouble as he needs to cover the cost of his debt. Even so, he asked Delta to help pay off the debt that he owed her. But it seemed like the amount showed up at her lawyer's office. He panicked because his salary was not going to be able to pay for all of it. It seems like his workplace found out what he did and he might lose his job. He tried to rely on Delta, but he didn't know her new address and couldn't find her. It seems like he had no choice but to give up on everything.